Hello guys, I'm a few minutes late and I apologize for that. For those who are watching the replay, we are during COVID-19. Who on earth knows what day or time it is at any one point? Anyway, welcome to my Self-Leadership Reading Club. What is that? It means that you don't have to buy the book. In fact, we read it for you and then we just join in the conversation. So today we are reading Jack Canfields, The Success Principles. We're up to principle number 23, if you can believe it. If you go on the YouTube channel, you can watch all the previous episodes. So today's principle is practicing the rule of 5, something that this is a whole new episode that I'm new to as well. So this is exciting. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Routines, we know this. When Mark Victor Hansen and I published the first Chicken Soup for the Soul book, we were so eager and committed to making it a bestseller that we asked 15 best-selling authors for their guidance and advice. We received a ton of valuable information about what to do and how to do it. Next, we visited with book publishing and marketing guru Dan Poynter, who gave us even more information. And after all of that, we were overwhelmed with possibilities. To tell the truth, we became a little bit crazy. We didn't know where to start. Plus, we both had our speaking and seminar businesses to run. So this goes back to one of our previous episodes about modeling a successor, finding someone else that is really awesome at it and mimicking what they do. 5 specific things that move you towards your goal. With the goal of getting the book to the top, the New York Times bestseller list, it meant having 5 radio interviews or sending out 5 review copies to editors who might review the book, or calling 5 network marketing companies and ask them to buy the book as a motivational tool for their salespeople, or giving a seminar to at least 5 people and selling the book in the back of the room. On some days, we would simply send out 5 free copies to people listed in Celebrity Address Book. There's such a thing, a Celebrity Address Book. That's crazy. If you're watching live, say hi. Let me know if you've heard of this before. Jack, I am on a video. Little boy singing a song in the background. So welcome to your entertainment for the day. A week later, we received a nice letter from Judge Lance thanking us for thinking of the jurors. The next day, 4 of the jurors were spotted reading the book by the press, and that led to some valuable public relations for the book. We made phone calls to people who would review the book. We wrote press releases. We called in talk shows. We gave away 5 copies at our talks. We sent them to ministers as a source of talks for their sermons. We gave them away at churches. We did book signings. But every day in, day out, they did a minimum of 5 things towards their goal. It was a sustained effort. Was it worth it? Yes. The book eventually sold over 8 million copies in 39 languages. Did it happen overnight? No. It's what Time magazine called the publishing phenomenon of the decade. It was less of a publishing phenomenon and more of a phenomenon of persistent effort. Thousands of individual activities that added up to one large success, the power of 5. From the top of the mountain, sloping down from acres across folds and valleys between the trees and bushes, following the terrain, there are rivers of daffodils and radiant blossom. They appeared to be over 1 million daffodils, and as they hiked into the center of this magical place, they eventually stumbled on a sign that said, "Answers to the questions I know you are asking." The first answer was 1 woman, 2 hands, 2 feet, and very little brain. The second was 1 at a time. The third started in 1958. 1 woman had forever changed the world, a 40-year period, 1 bulb at a time. Every day we wrote for the next 40 years towards the accomplishment of our goal. If you write 5 pages a day, that would be 73,000 pages of text, the equivalent of 243 of books of 300 pages each. If you save $5 a day, that would be $73,000, enough for 4 round the world trips. Well, maybe not so much nowadays. If you invested $5 a day with a compound interest of 6% at the end of 40 years, you'd have $305,000. The rule of 5, pretty powerful little principle. Would you not agree? I really like that, power of 5. So I personally work to the power of 3. I was just talking about it with my friend Christina just a few days ago, and I said, if you simply say to yourself, these are the top 3 things that I need to do in order to accomplish my overall goal, then you have 3 massive things that are going to have 3 massive impact. And that's where Jack Canfield's going with his rule of 5, right? Is the fact that you are focusing not on millions of little things, but focusing on just a few things. And those few things can make a big difference. I'm going to talk about expectations in tomorrow's principle, but I want to talk to you a little bit about a 1 small shift of change. We talked about it briefly on one of the other episodes, but only 5 things can have a massive domino effect. Let me give you an example. If you're a small business owner, for example, and you want to get more traction on your website, okay? So we all know that for SEO, search engine optimization, you can tell I've just come from a walk, haven't you? I'm sorry, I'm not as prepared as I usually am here. If you wrote 5 blogs a day, right? That's a lot of blogs over a week, over a month, over a year period, right? And each of those had all keywords. Imagine how much flow and traffic there is, how much value that your customers are getting, right? 3, 5, 10, 2, whatever it is. If you stick by a rule and you say, okay, I've done my 3 for the day, you're going to get there. And maybe that is applying for 3 or 5 jobs a day if you're out searching. Maybe that's reaching out to 3 or 5 people that you want to build into your network. Maybe that's having conversations with 3 to 5 people who might want to be an affiliate in your business. But take a rule, take a routine, make it a habit, because with habits, you get traction. With traction, you get impact. I hope you've enjoyed today's principle. I apologize for not being as organized as I usually am, but I wish you a wonderful day, and we'll see you again. We are Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, for our Self-Leadership Reading Book Club. Have a great day, guys.